So Waku Waku 7 and Galaxy Fight are two games that are often paired together. Heck, they even sold them in a double pack on PS2 in Japan. I mean, they're both Neo Geo fighters from Sunsoft, so that's all that matters, right? But as it turns out, there is a connection between them. And I don't just mean Bonus Kun being in both of them, though there is that. Let me tell ya, Japanese strategy guides are the best. Chock full of artwork, lore I can't read, and design work, and based on what I see in the Waku Waku 7 guide, I can piece together a bit of a story here. Stick with me. It looks like after making the original Galaxy Fight, Sunsoft planned to make a Galaxy Fight 2. However, it seems they realized all their designs were boring, and the only characters people cared about in the first game were Rumi, Bonus Kun, and Yakopu, judging by the fan arts they got. So they switched gears and turned Galaxy Fight 2 into Waku Waku 7, which has more Bonus Kun and Rumi-ish character designs, so to speak. See, in the Waku Waku 7 guide, not only are there tons of far more serious character designs, but there's also this, what appears to be a Galaxy Fight 2 size comparison chart. This matches the designs found elsewhere in the guide, giving us an idea of what the cast would have looked like had they made Galaxy Fight 2. Human Arena, psychic-powered little girl Tessay, Dandy J would have been a military general with robot arms, Cool Robot Polytank Z, Wild Beast Maru and Cave Girl Mugi, Space Slash, and Rai. Rai would have been exactly the same. And then we lost this guy. Actually, if you look in-game, Rai appears to have more detailed Galaxy Fight-esque shading than the rest of the cast. This leads me to believe that he was made first before they switched gears. Dandy J may have been second as his arms still animate in a robotic-ish way. Okay, so Waku Waku 7 was going to be Galaxy Fight 2, but it's not anymore, right? Well, about that, get this. According to the manual for the Saturn version, the end boss of Galaxy Fight, Feldenkrais, has two names written under Relations, Felbachov and Fernandez. Now, I know his name is Fernandez in the Japanese version of Waku Waku 7, but guess what? I checked the Japanese Galaxy Fight manual against the Japanese Waku Waku 7 manual. They're the same name. Somehow, Feldenkrais and Fernandez are related, which is probably why there's all these way cooler Fernandez designs, but nowhere near as good. There's also Bonus Kun, as mentioned earlier. The animals in Maru's stage also seem very similar to the ones from Rumi's stage, but yes, okay, we're stretching at this point. So now it's time for the gut punch. Apologies to all my fellow Waku Waku 7 fans, this is gonna hurt. A few years back, Sunsoft did an exhibition where they showed off various design works they had done from all their games. And at that expo, they showed the production materials for an unreleased game. Shin Waku Waku 7. A true sequel to Waku Waku 7 that would have featured both Waku Waku 7 and Galaxy Fight characters. Well, Rumi, Alvan, and Kazuma anyway. Along with several new characters like this Fernandez-esque little girl with a sword in her head. Either way, this solidifies the Galaxy Fight Waku Waku 7 connection. And while we're taking gut punches, may as well mention that the main character designer for the series, Koki Kita, passed away a few years back. So let's give a hearty salute for our fallen hero. His last known work was the Genji series and Knight's Contract. Look, I can't explain everything. But okay, so Galaxy Fight and Waku Waku 7 are kinda linked, but are there any other connections? Oh goodness, yes. Why, I could link numerous games together into a Waku Waku 7 extended universe if you let me. Let's try to keep this short. I didn't have time for the original script. Okay, so there's this Game Boy game called Trip World, only released in Japan and Europe and super rare. But get this, it stars Yakopu, the freaking bunny who shows up as the Shang Tsung-esque mirror match in Galaxy Fight. Heck, they even play a badass remix of the second-to-last boss fight theme from Trip World when you fight him. Also, Galaxy Fight lists Yakopu's home planet as Lutetia, the same world Rumi is from, and the place where the animals from Maru's stage likely came from. So that likely means Trip World takes place on Lutetia, which I swear is a planet where everything evolved from bunnies. Heck, look at this diagram of Rumi's feet. As you can see, she has digitigrade legs and bunny-like feet, so when you're drawing your Rumi foot fetish art, be sure to stay on model. Before we move on from Galaxy Fight, though, I'd like to share one of my favorite bits of lore. See, the game has this secret boss called Rawe, who looks like a balding Ryo, and he has trained everyone. Rolf trained under him. The Dark God of the Galaxy, Feldenkrais, trained under him because, you know, teaching karate to dark gods is normal. Heck, he even trained Yakopu, who, no joke, it says this in the manual, Yakopu intends to transform into the Dark God of the Galaxy and beat Feldenkrais with his own moves because this bunny is stone cold badass. Why, Raue even trained his own punching bag. You might know him. His name's Bonus-kun. Yes, we got Bonus-kun lore. According to the manual, one day Raue's punching bag came to life, so he taught it martial arts, and now it travels through space looking for worthy opponents. You know what? Let's add a little spice on that. See, it's often said that martial artists put their very souls into their fists, right? So if Raue is training martial artists from all over the galaxy and then some, all punching this bag, all putting that little bit of their fighter's soul into their fists, then it makes sense that those little pieces of fighting spirit would rub off and eventually form a fighter's soul of its own within the punching bag. And that is the mighty soul of Bonus-kun. Obari! Do me a solid, make Bonus-kun look awesome enough for that expanded backstory. Nice. By the way, pick Bonus-kun with D to get evil Bonus-kun. Okay, it's just a palette swap, but it does add Akuma's 10 kanji to Bonus-kun's headband, which is a crazy detail. And hey, why isn't there an evil Bonus-kun in Mugen yet? Oh, and while we can neither confirm nor deny that the J in Dandy J stands for Joseph, I'm 90% certain Feldenkrais is someone's stand. Is that a JoJo reference? Life is a JoJo reference. And did you know that both Rolfing and Feldenkrais are different types of massages? Who names their fighting game characters after massages? Sunsoft, apparently. Anyway, moving on. A character that looks like a palette-swapped Rumi and some Yakopu-looking bunny things also show up in the RPG Albert Odyssey Legend of Eldian. Check the item shop in the Beastman Village and you'll see someone who looks a lot like Rumi doing one of her wind poses over and over again. Is this Rumi's ancestor? An ancient planet Lutetia? Who knows? The US release was by working design, so any clues have likely been replaced with PMS jokes and Star Wars references. Thanks, Vic. Astro Superstars is often cited as a spiritual successor to Waku Waku 7, and I can see it. It's also from Sunsoft, but co-developed by a company called Santa Claus, who seems to own the rights? Either way, very little information about this game exists for me to find any canonical connections, but stylistically, oh yeah, the way they do the logo background on the title screen, the way the super mode activation looks, wall rebounds, the second last boss being a shadow version of your character, the main female character having a vocal theme song, heck, there's even a secret bonus character named Test-kun. Most Waku Waku 7 fans accept this game as part of the series. As for how it plays, weird. 6 buttons, no special move inputs, press 2 buttons simultaneously for supers, and super strength is determined by your star ranking, which is based on how well you play. Strange game. Runs on the Sega STV hardware, and the Saturn home port is freakishly good. Like, I cannot tell the difference between the home and arcade version outside of the quality of the music. Even the load times are lightning quick. Galaxy Fight Saturn port is really good too. The only Saturn port of Waku Waku 7 really sucks, is it has horrible load times and slowdown issues. But thankfully the audio is read book, so you can at least use it as a soundtrack. So hey, ever wonder what happened to what looks like the main character of Galaxy Fight 2? This might be a bit of a stretch, but he and this other girl here from the Waku Waku 7 guide look strikingly similar to the protagonists of Hard Edge, or TRAG, Mission of Mercy on PS1. And much of the Waku Waku 7 staff was involved with the game. What's more, the other two characters in the game look like this. Yeah, so they'd fit right in with Waku Waku 7. The game itself is a Resident Evil clone with fighting game command inputs and a plot best described as diehard on excessive amounts of anime. I can't not see this taking place in the same universe as Waku Waku 7. Just look at it! By the way, fun little detail in Waku Waku 7. Ever notice that Rai, Arena's friends, Megane, CB, and Nopo, and all the people in Rai's background all have goggles and all wear the same jacket, but the boys have blue trim on their jacket and the girls have red trim? I believe we can safely assume that this is the Waku Waku Junior High uniform. Yes, Waku Waku 7 is so 90s anime that goggles are part of the school uniform. What? Yes, I said Junior High. Just keep drawing that Arena fan art and don't think too hard about it. Also, no relation, but I should probably mention that a suspiciously Bonus-kun-shaped object appears in a few Skullgirls backgrounds. This would be the end of our journey, but Inta Creates decided to get cheeky. The game Blaster Master 02 has a ton of Sunsoft references in it, like how they turned this guy into this. Anyway, the planet Strangia is loosely based off of Trip World, and as you traverse it, you'll encounter the internet's favorite potted plant, Kana, and her sidekick, none other than Yakopu. Now, mind you, this is likely an alternate universe Yakopu that doesn't tie in directly with Waku Waku 7 or anything, but it's still a nice nod. And Kana, get this, She's the Flower of Peace from Trip World. That thing Yakopu was trying to retrieve? Man, I thought Ganbei here got a glow up. By the way, the guy who designed Kana outright said that his goal with her was to invent a new fetish. Well, sir, mission accomplished. I hope you're proud of yourself. Oh, and though it didn't make the cut, Inta Creates originally wanted Eve to collect keychains from every planet you visit to decorate the cockpit of Sophia the Third with, and guess what? 2 of those keychains would have been Rumi and Maru. Oh wait, that's not the only Waku Waku 7 reference. I almost missed this. As it turns out, one of the other people you fight is a big dude named Stein who is supported by a little robot girl named Tesset. And if you take off her hat, it's pretty much just Tessay in her 3rd color. Anyway, time constraints are keeping this short for now. I'll be sure to post a significantly longer deep dive into Waku Waku 7 lore on my channel later, but before I go, I absolutely must share the goofiest piece of Waku Waku 7 trivia. Did you know they had originally intended to translate the game's title? In the sound test and on the official soundtrack, there is an unused audio clip of an unknown announcer saying the game's title in English, located shortly after the continue countdown. And what were they gonna call the game in the West? How about...
Exciting Fighter 7!
Yep, no, this is Jelt, you've been game babbled. See ya!